Hello ladies and gentlemen, I'm Funguy The Entertainer, and this is Funguy's Kitchen. I'm looking forward to doing something different today. We have some country style pork ribs. Now country style pork ribs are usually a fairly good deal. These are on sale for $1.79 a pound. Not a bad price. At Piggly Wiggly, of course, that's where we get our meats from. There's a whole bunch of different ways to cook these. You cook them on a grill, you cook them in a slow cooker, you cook them in the oven, or you cook them in a pan. Today we're going to do a pan because pan frying and grilling are usually the fastest. Everything else you cook a little slower. The difference between slow cooking and fast cooking is slow cooking makes the meat more tender. Fast cooking makes the meat more firm. So if you've ever had fall off the bone ribs, those were slow cooked. These are going to be cooked faster, but we're going to cook them with a nice seasoning in olive oil. It's simple, salt and pepper and olive oil. That's all you need for this. And of course, sauerkraut. Now I have nice sauerkraut here. So what we're going to do is we're going to open up the lid and you're going to put a light coating of olive oil on the bottom of the pan. You want to make sure you get a full covering, but you don't want it to be floating in olive oil. This is probably going to be enough. Let's swish it around, make sure we have a good coating. There we go, that covers that up. All right, see, now we've got a nice good coating. Then you open up your ribs and you literally lay them in there face down. Oh, wait, I forgot. There's two different ways of doing this. That's right, we need to do face up first. The only bad part is that puts the bone up on the bottom of the pan, but that's okay, and it'll make sense to momentarily. The thing is, you're going to want to season the top of the ribs before you cook them in the oil. The oil is going to give it a nice closed sear, which will make things easier when we're cooking later. Okay, so we've got all that in there. Let me wash my hands real quick. Okay, now remember, salt and pepper. You could put any seasons you want, but since you're doing sauerkraut, you don't need anything extra except salt and pepper. So put a nice good coating of salt right on the top. I know you can't really see salt. Get it? Sea salt? On pork. It just blends right in really too fast, so you can't really see it. And then sprinkle your pepper. Now again, I'm using the coarse ground. You do not need to use coarse ground on this. I like it because it stands out. The flavor is not really that much different. Makes you sneeze just as much as regular pepper does if you get it in your nose. Okay. Now, put the lid on here. Turn it on medium-high. All right, there we go, medium-high. Oh, let's see if this is a real person or a telemarketer. It's a real person, but I don't really know them, so we're not going to put them on the show today. Let's make it stop ringing here. Okay, the reason you're putting the lid on here is because that olive oil, once it heats up, is going to start splattering. You can preheat the olive oil if you wish. It's not necessary. It'll make it go a little faster if you preheat the oil. The reason that I do not is if it's preheated, the first rib that you put in there, you're going to start getting the splatter. And I would rather not splatter grease all over my kitchen. It's going to end up happening anyway, but the less the better when it comes to splatter, especially on your hands and on your clothes. So with the lid on, we're also going to create heat to the top while the bottom is cooking. Under normal circumstances, this is one of those pans that you're not supposed to put metal in, but I'm going to use tongs. The reason I can use the tongs is because I'm not going to go all the way down to the pan. I'm going to just pick up the meat in the middle, squeeze it, and flip it over and drop it again. You can use a spatula, but it's a lot easier to use tongs because these are country ribs. They're individual long pieces of meat. Okay, I'm starting to see some bubbles on the bottom, which means that the oil is getting hot and we're starting to sear our meat. The bottom does not need to be done as much as the top. The reason for that is most of the bottom is bone And when it comes time to actually cook, we're going to be back on. We're going to actually turn this 4 times. We're going to sear the sides and everything. But you want to cook it this way first because they need to shrink a little before you can do the sides. It fits the pan right. I don't know if you noticed, but the package came with 7 boneless ribs. Normally I would have preferred 8, but 7 will work fine. Oh yeah, that's boiling really good. Okay. Oh, cat knocked down Piggy. Let's get Piggy back up there. That's Ashley. I know you've seen her in other videos. She just absolutely loves to watch me work. We don't let her over here, but she likes to be back there. If I'm working over there, of course, we don't let her there either. Oh, by the way, thank you for all the people who are signing up to win the dinner for 2 and the guest appearance on the show. It's starting to take off, which is really excellent. I'm looking for more subscribers, and we're still looking for a cookware sponsor. I would prefer a cookware company to sponsor us. However, if you are a business or even just a person that wants to sponsor the show, we can do that. It's a 1-year sponsorship in exchange for a certain set of cookware that I'm looking at. Basically, you're talking somewhere in the vicinity of $600 to $800 for the year, which is relatively inexpensive sponsorship. And of course, just like Piggly Wiggly, you'll be in every show. And you'll be on the website and the page and everything. Okay, I can hear this. The bottom is already cooked as far as we need to go. It took about 2 minutes of heat to sear the bottom. So we're going to pick these up, turn them over. We gave the salt and pepper a chance to flavor the meat a little bit before we sear it. Plus, now that we're searing it, the salt and pepper will stick a little bit better. Because I'm right-handed, I'm going to put the spoon thing over here for the tongs. Okay, now we're going to have to do the same on this side, 1.5 to 2 minutes. And then you notice they shrunk a little bit, they're going to shrink a little bit more. And then we'll do the sides really fast. The sides will go really, really fast, like 45 seconds per side. So that's not going to take long. At that point, we're going to drain off the excess olive oil and add the sauerkraut. Okay, so actually I could put this away. Put this away. Plus, I'll get my container. Now remember, you do not put oil, fat, grease, anything down your drain. Have a container. I have a stainless steel bowl that I can put right down in the sink. When it comes time to get rid of the excess olive oil, I will pour it into that bowl. Olive oil will never solidify, so this is going to go in my compost pile. When you put it in a compost pile, nature degrades it quickly. Do not put it down your drain. Alright, according to my clock on my phone, I'm trying the phone again because, again, this is a single dish and I don't think we're going to get too much heat built up, so I like the clarity of this. It's a slightly wider screen. You see a little bit more this way also. So hopefully this is going to work out. This is the second time I've done this now. Alright, let's see what these look like. Yeah, see, that's perfect. So we're going to lay these on their side. It's going to be a tighter squeeze. Probably going to have to double stack at first. Okay. Turn it this way so it fits a little better. Now you notice that country style ribs are not evenly spaced. They have a unique shape to them. Alright, see, now we've got everything to fit. Now this time we're only going to have to go probably 45 seconds and then we can just turn them over and then we're ready to drain the grease off of the food or out of the pan. See, what else do we have going on? As you know, our show What Happens to the World Today with my partner Steve out of Las Vegas has been doing some new interesting things. Another one. Let's see. Oh, same person. They did not leave a message. And the interesting part is that is a semi-local number. So I wonder who that is. Well, I'm not going to do that now because I don't want to go on a pause yet because I want to get this part done. So that should have been enough time that I wasted. Let's see what it looks like. Oh yeah, look at that. Perfect. Now we'll turn these one more time. Okay. Last one. Now we're going to go roughly 45 minutes to a minute here. Let me get rid of this real quick. Okay. And I think I was going to, oh yes, I need glove and mitt. Or mitten. Yeah. This is a glove. This is a mitt. All right. Just about there. Okay, let's straighten this. Okay. See, it was very easy. Now, you just take the jar or bag or can or whatever kind of sauerkraut you use, and you literally just dump it right in. Now, depending on how much you want, I'm only going to put half the jar in because that's all I need for this. We'll use a spoon, or a spatula. Yep, I got a spatula right here. See how this looks with half the jar? That looks about right. You don't want to overpower the ribs. Okay, that's in there. Put the lid on it, and we drop the temperature down to medium. Okay, then we set the timer for 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, we're going to turn the ribs one more time, check the temperature, see how it's going, and probably go another 10 to 20 minutes depending, and that'll be done. It's a very simple recipe again. All right, so let's go on pause here, and I'll be back in a little bit. Okay, we're back. Timer just went off after 20 minutes. Let's see how this looks. Oh, this is looking absolutely excellent. We're going to turn these over. Yep, the bones are starting to come off. That's what you want. Very, very nice. Okay. We're going to reset the timer for 15 minutes. 30 to 45 minutes is how long this should take. We did 20, so we're going to do 15 more minutes because I'm pretty sure we're going to need at least that. I'm also going to cook some fresh green beans today. We've already seen that on the show, so you don't need to see that, but that's why you see the extra pot here. So check, turn your meat, set the timer for 15 more minutes, and then we'll be back again. All right, our timer's just about ready to go off. Everything's looking perfect, so I'm going to pull this pretty much right on schedule. I've got the green beans already done. The pork looks fantastic right through the lid, so I'm pretty sure we're good to go here. I'm going to actually show them up so you can see what they look like on the plate. This should work out really good. There they go. Okay, at this point we turn everything off. Leave the cover on the green beans while you're pulling the meat out. The cover will make that little bit extra difference on keeping the green beans soft and tender. Let's check this out. Look at this. Is this not fantastic looking? So, I'm going to put 2 on each plate here. I'm going to grab this one here. Okay. Then, I'm going to grab a little bit more of the sauerkraut. Put that right on top. I'm not a big sauerkraut fan. My wife loves sauerkraut, so she's the one that's going to get this extra sauerkraut. We'll cover this up for when my brother-in-law gets home. And you're going to need a spatula with holes in it or a spoon. Spatula works better for green beans. Just scoop it up. There you go. These are pan-fried green beans. I actually really love pan-fried green beans. You know, most people just boil them. I pan-fry them because it gives it a little bit different taste. I don't like my green beans to lose their flavor. When you boil green beans, they lose their flavor. All right, so this is the finished product. As you can see, it's really, really tasty looking. I am going to serve this with applesauce today. Regular, nice applesauce. Applesauce goes great with a lot of things, but with pork, it's really, really good. If this was barbecue pork, I would not have used applesauce. I would have done probably some kind of a pasta of some sort or rice, either one. But since this is with sauerkraut, we're going to use applesauce. There we go. It's as simple as that. All right, remember, like, subscribe, and share. Very important. That sharing is everything. We got over 200 subscribers, but we need 1,000. That takes time. More and more people are starting to sign up for our Dinner for Two and guest appearance on the show, which is awesome. I'd like to see those numbers rise. Remember, when you tell people to subscribe to the show, if they say that they're the ones who that you're the one who sent them, you get an extra entry into the contest for the Dinner for Two. Okay, it's as simple as that. I don't think I'm missing anything, so everything else is under the Show Me tab on the page here. You can find all our other stuff that's going on. So once again, thank you for watching the show. I'm Funguy the Entertainer, cooking for you.